Oh, my
I
chat box
suppose
wasn't on.
I don't think anyone has said it yet. Hi, simming and sinning. I'm never going to be able to say it right.
Oh, that's great. That's great. There's a reason no one said that actually yet. It's a good reason.
Shimmery shimmer. I'm going to call it that. That's easier to say.
I like that. That's fun.
So the reason no one's actually said hi is because that's someone in this chat's account.
Sorry?
It's because Simming and Sinning is actually talking in this chat right now with us.
Yeah. Well.
So,
You just fucking gotta have two different fucking names.
She does.
well, yeah, I like to be mysterious.
damn it.
And funnily enough, I have the Sims up at the moment, and I sin a lot, so it's appropriate.
Yep. You can't all be like a Shadow Soul 720 and just have your username plastered everywhere.
Yeah,
But,
see, you'll find in life I'm either Dark and Chaos or Hercules. I'm one or the other.
Yeah, see,
Never
you've got
guess,
two too.
Guess what my
Two,
Twitch
two.
name is?
Oh, I wonder what your one is. It's
Is it predictable?
Yeah.
it's very predictable, isn't it?
I'm more annoyed that I'm accidentally hosting you.
Oh, that's okay. You and her both do that.
Yeah,
Well,
one of
actually-
the questions I was asked, what do I think students value? I'm like, well, fucking,
Weed.
yep, there you go.
What do you think
Some.
students value?
I've got here, teacher building a rapport with students and treating them as equal to create a sense of belonging, because, that's what we fucking do. You don't want to you go to school, you want to fucking belong.
What?
Children aren't equal, they're below me.
Yeah, I suppose
Half
so.
the time they're shorter.
Literally, they're smaller.
Well, not you, Emma.
Yeah, but regardless, I'd still treat them as equal. Kids know more about Fortnite than I do.
Yeah.
So if
yeah.
I need to ask a
Floss on
question
you.
about Fortnite, I know who I'm going to.
Oh, they tried to teach me the
No,
floss.
that's a
It was
horror.
so
That's a
embarrassing.
You
I
still
love
don't
kids
know
that
how
try
to do it.
I love it when the kids try and teach me because I was like, no, fuck no, you can't get me to do that.
Here's
No
the
way.
thing, Emma. You don't know how to floss, although I've taught you like 3 times now.
I know. So I have several small children. It's just
Oh my
impossible.
God, you're so sad.
Well,
Oh.
we're not small children.
You make me feel sad.
What the? I do.
I suppose, I don't know. How would you guys feel for a start to this stream? A
Yes.
thought experiment.
It sounds
Oh
good.
no.
Alright,
Oh, nerd shit, no.
so. I've asked kids at school this and they figured it out.
Hmm.
So,
Trying to make us look bad on top.
Anyway, so the beautiful young princess was in a dilemma. She was in love with Igor, the blacksmith's son, and a hunchback, and she wanted to marry him. Okay? But she knew that her father, the king, would not approve. Furthermore, if the king knew about their love, he would surely have the young man executed. Yep.
Yeah.
So they devised a plan. They'll elope. So their plan was foiled, and they're stopped at the castle gates by the guards who spotted Igor's brought before the king.
Wait.
Now the
Igor's
king
what?
was furious. Okay? Yep.
Igor's
everyone
what?
followed along.
Yep.
King of
Sorry,
Serious?
Igor's hump.
Ah.
Yep. King was furious, but he thought he'd offer Igor a sporting chance. Right?
Mhm.
So he said, write the word princess on a... the king would write the word princess on a piece of paper and the word death on a piece of paper and put them both in a jar. The man would then pick out of the jar, okay? And whichever piece of paper he had, he got that thing. So if he got the princess, off he goes happily ever after. If he got death, he dies on the spot.
Okay.
Alright? However, the king was sneaky, and he put death on both pieces of paper.
Fucking knew it.
Mhm.
Alright? So, 2 pieces of paper go in this jar, both saying death. Igor thinks one says death, one says princess. It's not the case. However, Igor manages to win the princess' hand. How? He follows the rules of the game. He picks out a piece of paper,
well,
and he manages to succeed and walk away.
the first guess I had when you were telling the story was that wrote princess on a piece of paper, screwed it into his hand, and then he went to put his hand into the ballot or whatever and pull out the same piece of paper that said princess. But that's my guess. What's everyone else's?
The
I
princess,
have
Kind of
no
what I was
idea.
thinking.
I
the
don't
princess,
have one.
the princess gets the paper out because he's not going to kill her at her own blood.
Or he grabs like either one of the ones that says death and just says that it says princess, and then eats the paper.
Who said that? Herb?
Yeah.
Herb's remarkably close.
Huh. Should
I
change
don't
your name to
know.
Remarkable Herb.
He eats himself out the window.
So, the answer to this is because Igor knows that the king is in control of this game. He picks out his piece of paper and instantly eats it. Then he says to the king, whichever piece of paper is left, I have the opposite.
Oh.
Ah.
So when the king pulls out the death paper, he's obviously eaten the princess.
Very,
So
yeah.
everyone would think. Otherwise, the king would be outcast as the cheat in the game.
Very intelligent.
Yeah.
Ah.
I am not smarter than a 5th grader, is what I've learned.
See, but now I'm thinking things like, but how would Igor know that?
You know, you really should have that flamingo in the background.
Well, obviously that Igor's hump is where his brain is. So he's just got a
Of course.
massive pulsating brain on his back.
Maybe it's to hide some eyes back there, and then, you know, he saw the king put like 2 notes in that said death. When you've got eyes on the back of your hump.
Hump sense is tingling.
Oh, good.
Oh
Budget's
god.
gone there.
No, that's something else.
That's pretty interesting of a theory, though. Yep.
Please never, Herb, never describe something as a hump sense.
Alright.
Oh boy.
That was a pretty good one, actually. That was nice. I like that.
I like thought things like that.
Yeah.
Never. Yeah. Yeah, I do a few of these with the kids at school. Like I did the Monty Hall problem with them, which is when you're given the option of 3 doors. One has behind it, you win $100. The others, you win nothing. You pick a door. All right. For the first round, the person will go ahead and open another door, showing you nothing, leaving you with 2 doors to choose, and giving you the option to instead stay with your decision or change. So you go down to 2 doors, but a 50-50 chance as opposed to 3 doors and a 1 in 3 chance. It's called the Monty Hall problem because I can't remember what the deal with it is in the end.
Oh, I've got a good question for you.
Yep.
Yo.
I lost it. Where is it? Give me a sec.
I had one. Let me just go pick it off the question tree outside. So,
Oh yeah, here it is. Does a person's name influence the person they become?
that's a really good question.
If
Legitimately,
yes or no,
how many Karens do we know?
fucking Karen. Ugh.
For any time I think of this kind of thing, I always think of Karen.
I think of
Does
Karen whenever I read like
Everyone think that Karen is just a middle-aged old lady name that works in admin or like front desk.
and I always think of her as the person who's like the go see. I want to go see the manager.
Yeah, that's what that
Yeah,
kind of
she's a
person.
soccer mum.
And also like her complaining about the most minimal thing, and also she's one of those people where it's like she questions why you've got a tattoo and that they're going to get old
Yeah.
and wrinkly.
I know a Karen that does do that.
It's bold of her to assume that we're going to live long enough for that to happen, Karen.
Well, I'd say I know a Karen that could be a little bit judgmental. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of people are in general, so I don't know. The Karen I know, though, wouldn't care about tattoos. I think she has one. But that's still a really interesting question, though. Like, does someone's name influence who they become?
Yeah. So I
Would-
think that comes down to a confirmation bias, really.
Yeah, like look at Steve Irwin.
What about
What?
Steve Irwin? Did he become an Irwin or a Steve?
It's just Brad's thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck him, Brad.
See, but yeah, I think that just comes to a confirmation bias. It's the same thing with everything in general, really. Like you only see the extremist.
Yeah.
Like you look at
Shadow.
for example, recent news, Peter.
Yes.
Everyone knows. who
And Steve
Peter is.
Irwin?
And Steve Irwin was one of them, but they did another thing, which was they cooked fake dog, and it was like it looked like a real dog, but it was fake because obviously they're vegan. They wouldn't cook a real dog, and they would just had this dog sitting there in public, and underneath was you will eat a sheep, but you won't eat a dog. Go vegan. Or something along the lines of that. And, you know, kids walking the streets and everything. But when we think of Peter, we think of the extreme. We think,
Yeah.
you know, these people that are forceful and yada, yada, yada. But we don't think of the people in Peter that are
Actually trying to do good.
actually there to do good. Like, I knew someone that I used to work with that was in Peter, and she was absolutely lovely.
Mm.
Like, by far was not that militant, you know, extreme right, extreme left, you know. It's in
Yeah.
politics, it's in life, it's in everything. So I think it comes down to that confirmation of things, I suppose.
Hmm. Well, that's pretty fair.
Yeah.
Yeet.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it is kind of hard to sort of what am I thinking?
I'm interested in your name, Herb.
See what?
I'm interested in your name now.
Okay.
How does the name Herb affect you?
Like
So many puns.
lots of people think it's because of drugs, but it's not. It's just a nickname my brother gave me.
For no particular reason, like,
Yeah.
it's just a thing.
Yeah, it annoyed me, so he kept doing it, and then it kind of just stuck.
Yeah. So
I like my story of when he was young, he ate oregano until he just became a herb.
Hmm.
Yep.
What about you, Brad?
Yeah, what? My
How-
last name, or
how-
like my nickname, Jeno.
How's your name treated you?
Yeah. It's just there. You know, there's no problems. Just have to explain it half the time.
Okay, here's a good one then. How many? So, you know other Brads here.
What?
So you guys would know like other Brads and other Liams and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Do you feel like you and those other people with the same names are similar in any way?
Absolutely not.
No, I didn't think so.
Yeah.